mean, I'm sure she might
Guess
have
we didn't
one.
need to come get you at 55. Huh?
Yeah, well, they're doing a kick. I'm gonna try to squeeze it in here quick.
Okay.
Oh, hey, when I had said wear team apparel,
Yeah.
AJ's mom contacted me. He doesn't have it.
Oh,
So
darn.
why don't we just give him this one?
I don't know if it'll fit him. We'll see.
Medium?
He's tall. He's taller than me.
Yeah, it's all medium. I don't know. It doesn't look for a large.
He might get some belly button showing. He's a long dude.
All right, so here it is. All right, so from here forward, it is live.
Okay. Get off camera.
Can I control it from here? Still? No? No. It's gotta be from here.
I mean, just don't control. All I'm gonna do is see that there where it says stop streaming. When it's all over, hit that. Oh, okay.
Throw some piece of tape on the ground for them to stand up.
Yeah.
We got massive tape in the office. Alright.
Huh? What? Hello. Hello, sir. You guys can sit wherever one of the little booklets are. That'll be a spot for you to sit down. Yeah, they're where the X's are too. It looks like for the most part. Huh? Whatever. You said you had 5, right? And I'll put 4 up here, and you can put 4 under here. Hey, Dad. Still, good shot.
Yeah, that's the end of it. Or go to the next one, though. You won't be.
Well, there isn't. It's here.
Oh no, there's another dot. You have
There
one.
was one more, so that one's off.
But wait, here. Now it's fine.
So this is good. The podium's still in there.
Yep, it's podium to that all the way. Yep, wall to wall.
All right, then we'll do it like that.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. You can go ahead and find a spot over where the booklets are, and that's where you can be sitting. That would be a weird thing to have. You can sit wherever a booklet is. Remember, this is all about last seasons. Last 2 seasons, last year. Miss Richmond, what happened to your head?
I got stitches on vacation. It always happens on the first day of vacation.
You got some vacation bad luck?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm
I
happy.
hope you're feeling all right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right,
It's
good.
just to help with the stress.
Right.
Like for all I care, I can punch myself. I am alright.
Hello, girls.
Hi.
How are you? Good. You can come and take a seat over by where one of the booklets are, and then that's where you'll be for right now.
Pop right.
There should be some places.
I got this.
Hello, Derek. You can find a booklet and take a seat there.
Okay, Mateo. Oh, same Mateo. Mateo was a hard-working smart who's just been reading for Katie, I found you. Workhouse. Oh wait. Okay, Addie. Let's find Addie. I found you. I'm Addie.
You can come and get some snacks too. I'll put up the cake. And
Yeah, there's some food up there if any of you are wanting any snacks once you're done reading.
Joey,
juices, waters. I'll cut up the cake in a little bit. I want you to see it because it's cool. Isn't it cool?
Claire, how are you? Yeah, eat. I'm sure you should eat cake.
Wait, listen to Joe. Listen to Joe.
You can find how's my
You were
hair?
gonna die.
You can find a spot where
I'll
the
wait
booklet
to cut it
is,
in a little bit.
and that will be your spot to sit.
Oh yeah,
It's marble. So chocolate and white.
Hey, Claire, if you want to move yours to the other side over here so you're at the same table, that's fine. I don't know. Maybe. Is it over there on the table? Yeah, well, yeah, that's fine.
You guys spelled my name wrong.
We did?
Yeah. You put it's supposed to be
L-I-U.
but you did L-U-I.
Well, if that happened, then that was either a computing error or something, and not intentionally. Well, I know how to spell your last name. It's only 3 letters, so yeah, sorry about that.
13 seconds.
Sorry, man.
Derek, in this part in the book.
That's what he said.
Wait, Joey had a rough time this past season. It's a lot of tiny waves.
And you can find a place with a booklet, and that's where you can sit down.
It's right in the 20 below though.
It is, okay.
But it is, he's right. Oh wow.
You guys are trying to
I will never believe it. I will never believe your story. I will never believe your story.
That's not what's in your daughter.
Hey, Julia, you can go ahead and find a place with a booklet, and then take a seat, and then we also have some snacks up there if you want any food, okay? Alright,
So honestly, this whole cake is.
Some people are sitting there, so be careful. Yeah, they are
I can
getting
cut
food,
some big
so
pieces.
maybe double check.
I can cut some pretty big pieces.
I only have a name.
There should be some maybe Whitney, are we a couple people extra, so there might be some booklets not
Oh,
out?
I don't know.
Because it looks, I know like Sage and Reese were not on the original itinerary, so.
So she was. Jack House she was.
Oh, but maybe, well, there was some other Reese maybe that Connor, or MacGyver was asking to get a thing for. Might be signed up and just saying she didn't have a
Well, it's interesting. There's 21 people here, and I put out 21 booklets.
Oh, I found out how to open it. I figured it out. The next seriously did. Yeah, see? I figured out without exploding it too. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
They only have bread.
But it looked like one was missing. I know you did put out 21.
Alright, last chance to look at the cake before I cut it up.
Don't kill it.
Just gonna cut the Phoenix bird.
I did. No, I wish. We hired someone to make it. Yeah, I wish I could. I can make bacon.
Wait, what team are you on?
Last week I had a couple of these.
Sure, but Lily.
Over there.
I've read it.
I don't ever know.
I think she needs glasses. It hurts my eyes so bad. I'm not gonna fix it. I know I have like perfect eyesight. Decent. So like that, if I'm like two fingers.
Alright, you guys, there's some more cake cut up here. Full variety of sizes. Big or little.
Hey, girl. You want to move over by me?
really what you might not know about your goats. See, I knew there was some people that didn't know that. It's the Bulls beamer, but they don't obviously have perfect.
It sounds like it went over his speed bump.
Walk to your driveway.
Yes, I got up right away.
See, that's I think it's the opposite. Nobody wants it. Actually, maybe that's too cool.
I know.
Or maybe we're just too and then you saw. Or maybe people want to sit with their friends. Do you hate buses? Are you sure? Is your leg so
I was really good kicker. I was a big dominant swimmer, so. It sounded like it went over his speed bump.
It exploded on me.
Yes.
Well, like, some of us, they get their parents. Says, oh, they're opposite.
Well, my leg up here too. It was a little bit tired.
Everybody of these, okay, you're doing a different one.
Seriously?
That's a nice big one for you. Good choice.
Because I was still a kid, my head your bones are
I never had
so you can graduate for
I think the littler ones, if they're too big.
gold.
That's better, right?
But there's also boys. You think they're gonna move up? Because I'm mostly
Okay, a couple minutes. We're wanting to give you guys a chance to eat and chat. Eat and chat.
I still don't get
There are some grapes for a healthier choice.
Okay, next to grapes. Wait.
I know.
Once school's done, I can hang out with I know. They probably have a lot of We're gonna meet the
that sounds like maybe something that might happen. If you want, you can highlight them. All right, hello everybody. All right, and welcome to our 2020 and 2021 Lake Country Swim Team banquet or get together. All right, today we're going to be just talking about some individual achievements, some highlights from the season, and really we just want to talk about how awesome all of you are and how great of a job you've done this last year. Obviously, you know, this last year has been one of the weirdest years for anybody that you've had to experience, and you guys have done a really good job, you know, making the changes, still finding a way to come to swimming. I know it's all a lot different and a lot not what you'd like it to be, but I really appreciate everything you've done, being a part of the team and continuing to stay on Lake Country and continuous swimming through a lot of uncertainty that we've had during this time. Also, I guess thank you to any of the parents watching for getting your kids there, continually doing the things that we asked them to do, and just staying a part and helping out in any way that you could. We had to go all the way back to those weird virtual practices where we were just sitting at home on the computers and doing weird dry land stuff, and then we were finally able to get back in the pool. We can start talking about all the great stuff that you guys did there. So what I'm going to do is basically I will call up some people from certain groups. We have some pieces of tape that you can stand on up here. I'm going to talk about some of the awesome things that you did this past season. All right, and then you will get a certificate. All right, just like this. And then you can we'll give a nice round of applause to the people who are up here, and then they'll go sit down. Alrighty, so the first group that I want to start with is going to be the Super 8s group. Alright, so Super 8s, you'll get to go first, and the people I'd like to call up first are Mr. Derek Liu, Mr. Max Wang, and Mr. Dane Parkins. So come on up here, and I will give you your certificates right away. Dane, Max, All right, well, first of all, when I talk about this Super 8s group, one of the first things I have to talk about is how great they were at getting to practice. They were one of the best groups I had when it came to showing up to practice every day. All right, these guys were there all the time. They seemed to have a really good time with each other, which always helps. All right, they seemed to have a lot of fun, but they were there all the time, and that just shows, you know, their dedication to the sport, but then also, you know, just it's going to show how much they're able to improve, you know, just by showing up as often as they did. All right, so I'm going to read some of the things out of the booklet here about them, and then I'll talk about some of the actual individual achievements that they had as well. All right, starting with Derek. Derek made a lot of big improvements this year. Did a much better job of listening in practice and working on different skills for his strokes. I think if he does a better job with his taking in instructions, he could be an even faster swimmer than he already is, which I think he's already started to do this season as he's been working in Super 8s. He's very competitive, loves racing people, likes to get in the wall first before people, which is always good, helps you get better if you're a good racer at practice. All right. He also was a member of the 20 Below Club, got in there right before he turned 9 with a time of 19.82. All right. I'm pretty sure in about 2 or 3 weeks he'll probably be moving up into the silver group. He's been doing a great job. Love having him here. That's Mr. Derek Liu. Next, Dane Parkins. Dane likes to bring a lot of fun energy to practice. He has a great attitude and has a really good time whenever he's here at the pool. He made some big improvements, made some big time drops this season. He was a member of the 2020 single age state team. He swam on 2 relays there.
Both relays finished second place in the state. He was a huge part of their success, and he's had actually just a couple days ago also got himself into the 20 below club with a time of 18.53, I believe he told me. All right, so he's been doing really well, working really hard, trying to get himself moved up into silver, Mr. Dane Parkins. And then finally, Mr. Max Wang. Max is a really dedicated and talented swimmer. He's very competitive, really hardworking, a great kicker, all right, and brings a lot of high energy to practice. You can see right now he's spinning around. He's got so much energy, all right? So you can see he likes to keep moving, have a good time. He's got a lot of energy. He was also a member of the single age state team this year. He not only was on those 2 relays that took second place, but he also swam in the 25 backstroke and took 9th place in that. He also swam in the 25 butterfly and took 10th place in that. So these 3 boys, awesome, awesome job this season. Keep up the great work. Let's go ahead and give them a nice round of applause. Next up, I would like Heidi Brown and McKinley Anderson.
That's my name. That's your coach. That's me.
Alrighty. So just like I talked about before, a lot of great dedication. Heidi. A lot of great dedication from this group. Like I said, has a lot of great attendance. Always was having a great time at practice. Let's go ahead and talk about Miss Heidi first. Heidi is one of the younger members of Super 8s. All right. Also had to swim a lot of time with a lot of boys and did a great job handling those boys and not letting them get too out of line. All right. She does a really good job in her freestyle and breaststroke. All right, she is really close. I think she went a 20 point something in her freestyle, 20.5 or something like that in her freestyle to meet this weekend. So knocking on that door of getting into the 20 below club. She's kind of moved into a little bit of a leader now in Super 8s, being one of the people who's been in that group for the longest time. So great job to Heidi. Keep up the great work. We look forward to seeing you working hard next season. Now McKinley, she spent most of the 2020 in like levels 5 and 6, working on getting herself into Super 8s, which now she is in Super 8s. I have to say, even though she's only been in our group for 4 or 5 weeks, she has done an amazing job adjusting to the group. She's one of the lane leaders, one of our fastest kickers already, has just been doing a great job, always seems to like having a good time at practice, which always helps. So great job to these ladies. Let's go ahead and give them a nice round of applause. All right, the next group I'd like to talk about is Age Group Browns. All right, now Age Group Browns had kind of a weird season. For 2020, you guys were mostly combined with Age Group Silver down here at Arrowhead. And then for a lot of the short course season, you guys swam most of your practices in the diving well. Did a really great job dealing with some weird different stuff, not swimming in a big pool. A lot of people going to their first swim meets ever and accomplishing a lot of firsts in Age Group Bronze, because that is our first group after you pass level 6 if you're 9 years or older. So I'm gonna call up some people here and talk about all the great stuff they did last season. So the first people I'd like to call up, and actually I'm just gonna call up all of you. It's gonna be Ben Gurrell, Mason Arndt, and Julia Gallo. Go ahead and come on up here, guys. Ben. All right, I want to spend a little time here. We'll start with Mason. All right, Mason has come a long way in a short time in the sport of swimming. He hasn't been on our team very long, but he made a lot of big jumps in the time he was here. He's got really good natural ability for the pool and for swimming. He's really good at taking feedback and making corrections when you ask him to. He's a great racer. He was a member of the 2021 Wisconsin Short Course State Team. He got to participate on 2 relays, which he did an awesome job on, which doesn't happen a lot for people who just joined the sport and just got into age group bronze. To be able to participate on a state championship team relay is pretty awesome. And you know, he moved up into silver this year, has been continuing to do a great job, always brings his best. He's very coachable, like working with him a lot. Keep up the great work there, Mason. Next, we'll talk about Ben. Ben is just awesome to have at practice. He does a great job being a lane leader. He's always leading the lane. He's really good about the clock. And that's not just good for him, but that's good for the whole group. That helps keep the whole group on track and keep everyone where they're supposed to be. And I think Ben played a big part in that this last season. He was pretty much going first all the time when he was in his lane over there. I would like to see him swim in some more swim meets, but I know it's because it's been a weird year, so a lot of times, you know, we haven't been able to get to a ton of them. But I know he got to swim in the conference meet last Thursday, and I think he liked doing that. So I'm sure he wants to get in the pool and get some racing in as well. Great job. Also moved into silver this season. Has been doing a great job there. Continues to be a leader. Continues to do a great job. Keep up the great work there, man. And finally, Miss Julia. She actually moved into the bronze group like in the middle of the season because she was actually one of our novice swimmers moving up from level 6. Has been a great addition to the group. Really, really easy to coach, really nice person, has a great attitude. Again, just like I said to these other 2 swimmers, great at taking stroke corrections and making the changes that she needs to get a little better. She also was a Swimmer of the Month award winner for the month of December, which, as you guys know, is usually a pretty big deal. It means you've been doing a really good job, showing up to practice a lot, and continuing to do the things that we ask you to do so you can get better. So great job there from Julia. I have a feeling she will also be moving into silver very soon with how well she's been doing so far this season. So great job to these pretty much former bronze swimmers and now new silver swimmers. Let's go ahead and give them a nice big round of applause. All right, and finally, I'm going to need to call up 2 different groups here, just like I did for Super 8s, for age group silver. Now, we know age group silver is our next group after age group bronze, or for some of you after Super 8s. You have to dedicate a little more time. There's a little more practices that you have to go to when you're in age group silver. You also need to make sure that you're going to start going to some dry land and working on that. So a little bit more dedication and a little more time is needed in the silver group. And these swimmers all were really great to have. So the first group of swimmers I want to call up, Maeve Parkins, Annie Remus, Kaylee Cups, and Claire Radcliffe. Alrighty. When it comes to a lot of the girls that are up here, you're going to hear me talk a lot about the accomplishments that they had this last season. These were some of our best swimmers in the group. Did a really good job, dedicated themselves to the sport, and worked really hard and made some big achievements this past season. We'll go ahead and start Oh, let's see who's next. We'll start with Miss Kaylee down there. Kaylee is easily one of the most dedicated swimmers in the group in general. She is a really good practice attender. I mean, she is pretty much at every single one, and not only is she there, she's usually there nice and early, and then she usually likes to stay until she's the very last person. Her and Maeve usually are the last people out of the pool, so she really likes being at the pool, obviously, right? She has a really positive attitude. She's a great teammate, really encouraging to other people. Just a really great person to have in this group. She was a member of the 2020 single age state team. She did swim on 2 relays there, the 100 freestyle relay, which took 3rd in the state, and then she swam on the 100 medley relay, which took 2nd in the state. So those are pretty big achievements there. She was also a swimmer of the month for the, for the month of January. All right, continuing to show her awesome dedication and hard work. And then she finally got herself moved up into age group gold this last season, where she's been doing a great job. She's a little injured right now, but once she heals up, I'm sure she'll be ready and eager to get back into the pool. Great job, Kaylee. Next, we'll talk about Maeve. Maeve had some of the bigger achievements of any of the swimmers that we had, and it's no surprise based on her awesome attendance and great hard work that she puts in every practice. She was a 2020 single age state qualifier in the 50 breaststroke. She also was able to swim. She took 10th in that 50 breaststroke. She swam in the 50 freestyle, which she took 8th place in. She swam in the 100 breaststroke, which she took 9th place in. She also was a member of that 100 freestyle relay, which she took 3rd in. And then she was also a member of the 100 medley relay, which took 2nd place. So a lot of big achievements for Maeve. Really talented breaststroker. Was also a Swimmer of the Month award winner all the way back in June. All right, during some of the weirdest practices that we were having. She was doing a really nice job. She will be moving, or she already has moved into gold this past season, been doing a great job. And I look forward to seeing her hopefully get a 10 and under state cut very soon. So great job, Maeve. Keep up the good work. Next, we'll talk about Claire. Claire has a lot of love for being around the pool. She loves having a good time. She's a big laugher, likes to enjoy herself when she's here. She likes picking on me a lot. You know, she's making fun of me and things like that. Look at her, she's looking at me all weird right now. All right, she's done a really, really great job. You know, at the beginning of this, she had to take a little bit of time where sometimes she had to miss some practices, but she's gotten a lot more consistent lately, being able to go to more. And I think it's helping her improve quite a bit, and I think she would agree as well. Great job to Claire. Keep up the great work, girl. And then finally, Miss Annie Remus. Annie is a super hard worker. She will put her top effort into anything that you ask her to put her top effort into. All right, she is a person who will work until she is red in the face. All right, until she's really hot and things like that. Even a water break and things like that. Those are things we love seeing as swim coaches. That tells us that you are always trying your best and always trying your hardest. Annie was also a member of the 2020 single age state team. She was on both of those relays, the 100 freestyle relay, which took 3rd, and the 100 medley relay, which took 2nd. All right. She was a Swimmer of the Month award winner for the month of, oh, it says June, I'm thinking that must have been July. For the month of July. She moved into gold this past season. I've seen her at a couple practices. She has continued to bring that hard work that she always brought to silver right into gold there. So great job to all these ladies. Really hard working, really dedicated swimmers from age group silver. Let's go ahead and give them a round of applause. And then finally, I need Addie Hauser and Hadley Richmond to come on up here. All right, now, when it comes to Miss Richmond, she was kind of split half and half. She had a good portion of time with me in silver, but she also spent a good amount of time in the gold group as well. Hadley, I think, actually had a really, really big 2020, kind of made some big changes to how she came to practice, maybe changes in her attitude a little bit towards swimming and things like that. I really thought she kind of rededicated herself to the sport and saw some really big improvements from the summer. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, here we go. This is what Coach Ruth Ann had to write down here. Hadley did a really nice job doing the distance challenge. Got to do that this past winter, which I'm sure she enjoyed. She had some huge time drops in her events this season. She dropped 11.7 seconds in the 50 back, 13.8 in the 100 breast, and 14.1 in her 100 IM. So kind of all that stuff that I talked about her kind of rededicating herself and readjusting herself to the sport. You can see that in the big time drops that she had in those events. All right. And then last but not least, Miss Addie Hauser. Addie, just like I said to a lot of the other kids that were up here, very dedicated, shows up to a ton of practices, goes to a lot of meets. She is a participator, all right? She does a lot of the things that we ask her to do, and she made some big improvements last season, and she continues to make some big improvements as she's been in silver at the beginning of this season. Especially some big improvements in her kicking, right, where she needed some work, but this past week, I believe, she did the gold test set in kicking and made every single one. So she knows that that's a huge improvement for her. And obviously, because of all of her hard work, she was able to get better slowly, or not even that slowly, but quick enough now to where she's able to make every single one on that test set interval. She also is somebody who loves to play goggle toss. I think she asks me almost every practice if we're going to play goggle toss today or not. And we're not going to play any goggle toss today, Eddie, either. All right, just letting you know. She's been working really hard this season. I have a pretty good feeling that she's going to be moving up into that gold group very, very soon. And she's just been great to have. And we'll miss her when she's gone, but loved having her in the group. Let's go ahead and give these girls a nice big round of applause. These for you. All right, and that is it for me. Just want to say again, thank you to all the swimmers for being so awesome and doing such a great job this past year. Looking forward to working with some of you more and more. Getting the chance to make some more memories with you. Now we'll have Coach MacGyver come on up. He's going to talk about some of the swimmers that were over at the Hartford program, Lake Country Swim Team, and then we will get on out of here. All right, Coach MacGyver, it's all yours.
Because I have Reese Leiter, Sage Sanchez, and Connor Britt come up here. Girls, yep, stand on the tape there. Yep. All right, talk about these girls a little bit here. Reese Leiter joined Lake Country in the summer of 2020. And has kind of done a very nice job stepping forward. Her name looks close to leader, but it is Leiter, but with how much she kind of leads the lanes, you could almost say it's Reese Leader instead of how much of a leader she's been stepping forward in sets. A lot of improvement over the years, or over this past season, I should say, these last 2 seasons. She's done a very nice job. And she's getting much closer to state cuts, which I believe is her next goal. And 50 breaststroke, she's only 4 seconds away from that. So very nice job, and it's nice to have you at Lake Country, Reese. Sage, recently passed up to age group silver. Oh, sorry, Reese Glider also passed up to silver as well, beginning of this season. Sage has been on Lake Country for a while. She's a leader in the bronze group. She's been stepping forward in kick sets and the endurance sets in bronze, and she's been paying attention and answering the questions very well when we go over stroke development, and that is definitely shown in how her progression has gone over the last couple of seasons. Very nice job, Sage. You've been continuing that leadership in age group silver after you moved up as well, which is very nice to see. So awesome job with that. Next over here, we have Mr. Connor Grit. Connor is currently in the novice program. He did participate in the drylands, the virtual drylands that we had. Well, we can have the regular practices there. He has great attendance, which has shown his progression. He is in level 6 right now. The only thing he needs to pass is the 100 IM, which he's very, very close to passing that. And definitely the drylands that he did in the spring assist with that. Maybe, I don't know if those little wrestling matches that him and his brother had during those dryland sessions helped with that, but maybe it did. But yeah, he's been doing a very nice job. I've had a couple opportunities to work with him in level 6, and he listens very well. And as long as he keeps listening to his coaches that he has, he should be able to make it into age group bronze very soon. Very nice job. All you three can step back over. Give a round of applause for these 3 swimmers here. All right, next, Liesel Reese Jankowski, Liliana Kramer, and Sam Britt. You may step up here, stand on a piece of tape. Nice. All right, I'll start with Sam right here. Over the last year, Sam has improved a lot, I think, mentality-wise. He's been coming to practice with a much more positive attitude. It's allowed him to make corrections to his strokes. One of his big goals that he has is breaking 30 seconds in his 50-yard freestyle, which he is very, very close right now. He's less than a second away. He passed up to age group silver in the winter of the 2020 short course season and has continued to improve very well. And as long as he continues on the route that he has chosen currently, he will definitely achieve that goal, and I think he's got a lot more goals he can kind of set himself. But his mentality has changed drastically, and that has definitely shown his improvement. So very nice job, Mr. Sam. Reese Jankowski joined Lake Country in the winter of 2020. She's been doing an awesome job. Also one of the leaders in age group silver, a very good kicker. I know everyone's favorite day here is leg day. I believe that's Tuesdays right now. Used to be Wednesdays. Practice is a little bit different, but I know that's all of your favorite days are the leg days there. Reese got her first state cut this winter, her very first state cut in the 50-yard backstroke. She's also getting very close in the 50-yard butterfly and a couple other events as well. I believe 100 backstroke and 100 fly. I'm sure I'll get there very soon. Get to swim that event a lot as well. Those are also great events, and I know you enjoy swimming that in long course. Reese, recently, due to her performance and leadership in age group silver, she is now in age group gold for this long course season, where she continues to push herself and try to lead the lanes. So very nice job, Reese. Glad to have you on Lake Country. And I know you're excited to start swimming on relays now. I know that's one thing you're waiting to do, so you'll be able to see Reese on her relays now in these upcoming meets. All right, next we have Liliana Kramer. All right, Liliana has been in silver the past year. She's doing very good. Meet performance is very, very good. I think the next step for Liliana is to have that same kind of level of performance at practices. I know that's one of the things in age group silver is kind of the learning curve of being able to push yourself in practice as much as you do as a meet, but you do it a little bit longer. And kind of that's the kind of the hardest thing in age group silver is you start to learn how to kind of train at a little bit of a higher level every now and then. And that's kind of where you get that progression to happen. And that's how you move forward into the next levels there. Liliana keeps pushing herself like she is. She keeps getting better and better at those harder sets there. She's definitely on a good route to move up to age group gold very soon. All right, so very nice job, Liliana. Liesel. Liesel's been doing a nice job. She's been making good stroke corrections. What she needs to work on a little bit more is a little bit more consistency on kind of holding that form as she gets a little bit tired, which she has done a nice job with that. Keeping her stroke a little bit longer. She's did a very nice job at February freeze, the last 2 February freezes, and I believe that has to do with the first February freeze. She got some freezy pops for winning her races, so I think she has a really good memory of some freezy pops, and she swims very well at February freeze. But yeah, with a little bit more work on some kick sets. I know leg sets are your favorite, Liesel, right? You love leg there? No, not really, not too much there. But yeah, a little bit more leg work will help stabilize your stroke there. So we continue to work on that a little bit more, and that'll help your stroke overall, and you'll continue to move forward. But Liesel's been doing a very, very nice job. So give a round of applause for all of the silver swimmers here. Very nice job. And that is all I have for today here. Very awesome job for all the swimmers that came today, the ones who could not make it. Very nice season as well. It's been an awkward year, as Coach Aiden said, but very nice job. Awesome working around all the complications. Nice job following the guidelines that we needed to follow so we could have these practices and maintain these meets. So I want to thank all of you and all of your parents for being able to follow those.
All right. Thank you, swimmers. You guys are free to go. Great job. Why don't you give yourselves a nice big round of applause before you get out of here. Make sure you throw away your garbage. You can take those booklets and certificates with you. Have a wonderful afternoon, you guys. Thank you again for coming out here. And we'll see you guys next week.